other corner, as you can see, we've already got a support beam. It's a little bit rotten, however, so we're not going to be using it to attach to. Yeah, it's not strong enough. You can see end's gone as well, and that's the end where we need the most strength. So how do we fix this up? We can still use that to support. I've got some 90-35 here. Most of you know that as 4x2-ish. It has gotten smaller, it's no longer 4x2. And because we've got a steel frame structure, and I know that it's 35mm away from the wall, I should just be able to feed it in. It gets a lot easier once we get past the other beam. Over the old owner's number plate. This is even before the owner, that is my landlord. And slide it all the way down. We want it sitting up on that beam back there. Alright, now that's not affixed into the shed in any way. It will soon be, though. That's a workout, and yes, I am off crutch, so this is why some of this stuff takes a lot more effort. We just do the same the other way. Now, I'll just quickly flip you around. As you can see, we've got an electrical cable down there. And I have to go to that without hitting it. This is easier in shorter segments, however, as well. But we don't want shorter segments on this, we want the full length, so come back a touch. So, it'd be nice if I had a crowbar out here. What key is this actually? It'd be funny if I've just found the key for that padlock. If it is, we'll come in from the other way. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yep, and I freshly did maintenance on these as well. On the doors. Hit them with some lanolin and they roll so much easier now. Alright. Same again, but from the other way. Goes in. The hard part is caught on now. This is a workout. I might get the sledgehammer on it actually. Give me a second. I shall be back. Looks like you're on a bit of a slant there, but that's okay. Alright. Sledgehammer. Got my big screwdriver out here too. Now I'm sliding. As expected. That pretty much fits bang on. Now, bingo. Alright. I want to leave that little bit of space either side, so tape measure. This is going to be the hardest one of the three to fit. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still limping. And it's not 460 mil. Already got my soles fitted. Let's get the. I've got a lump of offcut over there. Let's get this done. It is quite a rough cut, but still measure it out, make sure it's right. Measure twice, cut once, you know, that whole thing. It's that one. Now, this is all brand new timber, so as you could probably guess. Right, now I stuck that in there. You can see there's a little gap around. The reason why I've left that gap is because outside there is actually the fuse box for the shed and the stables. So it needs to be left like that. So let's head outside. Hopefully we keep connection for the microphone. And let's see here. Yeah, about that. Right. Now this is definitely vlog style. Get our cribbing out of the way. So, you might be able to guess. This line of cleat nails here is where the timber is. And it runs all the way down the length of the shed. So to get into our timber, come in with the drill. Now this is a Viper bit, 3 mil. Fairly thin drill. Make a couple of screws in that. Allow me screwdriver bit back, thank you. Now, why am I doing this? Alrighty. So first length. We've basically got 90 by 35 by 3 meters for all the lengths. It is going to be wasteful, unfortunately. So our legs, they're 1.5 meters each. Mark it, laser it. There we go. Now I need 4 per bay. Lay them up outside. Rinse and repeat. I can do it from the other end, so I'm taking it out of the middle. Saves me a little bit of time and holding. One thing you might notice, fitted, I'm not using them. That's because I don't actually need them for these cuts. This is MGP 10, untreated wood, pine. Some people would prefer treated for this application, but because we're having to cut it down anyway, ruining the treatment anyway. So. As you guys know, I use my Soul's Republic's earbuds, but they also double up as earplugs. So, alright. Now the end pieces, they're 1.2 meters. You could get your local hardware store just to cut all this for you, but I have the tooling for what to do it because I needed a lot of extra money to get this done at the hardware store. Plus, I don't think they had the time, if I remember correctly, when we got this. In that we went in quite late in the day, and they were starting to put stuff away. If I remember correctly, also to get them to get a new pack of timbers out. Nice 600mm offcut. That would come in useful later. Now I know that the ply size that we have is 2440 by 1200. So I've now done the 1200s. I want to do the 2440. So I've got to take into account the depth of the size of the 1200s. Could have done it another way, could have done it the opposite way. Cut these to 2440, made those 1130. Instead, we're going to remove 70. Give me a second. Yes, 70mm from the 2440. So we need 2370 of this length. quite a long cut. And with the way they come in, I would assume that we may have a 600 or 700 mil. I would say close to a 700 mil. Off cut. Couple of earwigs. It's the thing about where we live, there's a lot of earwigs getting around. $660. So that measurement again is 2440 because we're using 35 mil thick pine. We're removing two depths of it, so we're removing 70 mil from the 2440, which gives us 2370. Now you might notice that I don't square off my marks or anything like that. I don't need to for this part of the build. Let's see. That was 640 here. 655. So you can see very rough cuts direct from the factory. Alright, now we need one more. That's the center brace. So let's get a nice, well, that's a little bit, yeah, that'll do. Nice and bendy. Holy dooly, that may actually be better as a leg. That's warped by a good inch or two. That's going to be better as a leg. Any of the earwigs on this stuff. It's obviously where they've been making a nest. So, same deal. Then that it is going between two lengths. You remove 70 mil. So 1200 minus 70 mil, 1130, just there. Alright, all cuts are made for one level, the first level of one bay. I'll get back to you. I've done these. Well, actually, no. We'll go over there and we'll start construction of this bay. So, now you can see our first issue. This bay here is not 2.4 meters long. So, what I am going to do, we have got the legs here. Before I go any further, I am going to attach them. Now let's talk about the screws that we're going to be using throughout this bit of the project. 14 gauge, 50 mil brass hex head batten screws. They are fitted with what is known as sawtooth. A sawtooth. That allows actually bite directly into the fly. Behind it. And I want this one a little bit away, so that I can still get to the padlock here. And I nearly back into it. Doesn't matter about a little bit of flex at the bottom. Actually, good. That's our upright. Now, the 2.4. We're not going to need them just yet. So we want our 1.2s. I'll still be, so the shelves will still be 1.2 meters deep. Sawhorse tries to fall. What they won't be is 2.4 long. I'll grab the tape measure. Let's have a quick measure. Now I want to be working at the back. So you can see just how much customization actually has to go into this. So this bay will actually be 2130. So it'll be 2200 long by the time. So we'll go and cut down our long battens and I'll be back. So I went ahead and jumped ahead in the construction a little bit. It's now buttoned up and attached to the legs. One thing that you guys don't see, and especially not when you're viewing it on a camera, is just how not flat this workshop is. I'm looking down here and I'm going, okay, there's about a 15mm gap from the concrete to square up the frame. And I'm going to have to deal with that. That's why we have to build stuff so strong. A little safety warning as well when using these plated screws is they get damn hot. So if you need to actually pull one off the driver, don't do it with your fingers. You will burn yourself. As I just reminded myself about 4 or 5 minutes ago.
What circuit I'm doing pretty well, but I'm not going to be able to do much more. Already starting to fire.
So
That's with my high-powered air intake wrench. I'll try to do this with my power drill. Where did I get this from? Alright. And some of you might call that done. It isn't.
So, next step is cut piece of ply 1200 by 22. So I'll just remove 240mm off one end and I'll be back. I got a new tool. Ryobi Airwave 2-in-1 stapler. This was my anniversary present from Ebony. Yeah, so we're just going to go around. Banging the staples in. You can see just how strong the deck is. This is 10mm structural plywood.
Can you see the stars align? A night like this can never rewind. Can you hear the wolf cry out to the light? A night like this will never shine so bright. So take a couple steps back as you hear me start to howl. Take a couple steps back when I lose all control. Watch me turn into a werewolf, and I will haunt till the break of dawn. Don't you dare to try to stop me. This is the horn of the black swan. take a couple steps back as you hear me start to hum. Take a couple steps back when I lose all control. Watch me turn into a werewolf, and I will hold till the break of dawn. Don't you dare to try to stop me. This is the horn of the black swan.
Alright guys, it's done. It's early Wednesday evening. I actually finished these yesterday, but we had a little bit more editing, or not editing, but we left it 24 hours just to make sure that we were happy with it, and as it turned out, we decided we needed a little bit extra bracing on one of the sections, and I'll explain that in a bit. But here we go. So we've got a 2.2 metre bay down the end, 2.4 metre bay in front of you, and then a 1.8. I would call it heavy duty, but it's just got a little bit extra bracing on the second deck, just to help us out. This bay here is mainly for the fish tank, so it requires the extra strength. So yeah, that one will be a little bit of an EBS project, but you will see that probably in the background of a few videos as we progress. Alright, I am going to sit back down. I'm quite sore. So back to what we would call a studio chair. Alright, there they are. You can see them off against the side wall over there. All nice and strong, very heavy. I did promise you guys an announcement though, and here it is. Unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to do the workshop layout as a HO layout. And the reasons for that are size, mainly. As you can see, 1.2 meters comes out quite a way. I still have to get some machining tools in here if we don't move in the next 12 months, which is highly likely. And also time. We only have 12 months left in the lease here, so we don't have the time to build the HO American layout as we would have wanted it to show you. That is going to be postponed approximately 12 to 18 months. In the meantime, however, as you can see, I have put legs on the shelves. So what are we going to do with them? We are going to do an N-scale dock layout. Cityscape with the other half of the channel, AE Shipyard, being included. That's all I'm going to give you. So there will be a layout being built. There will be a layout being built on this channel. It will be not HO, it will be the N scale. It will still have American in it. But that is what you're getting. I know this will disappoint some of you, but still a layout. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.